Shido's massive latest news and updates. We're going to talk about the rebrand, the utilities coming out this November, and of course, all-time high prices on both BSC and Ethereum, making this a 2-for-1 money bag alert special. We'll do some price prediction and technical analysis at the end of the video. Welcome back. Moneybags Rico, bring you financial awareness to that crypto space that is changing on the hour, every hour. That being said, out the way, let's get to these updates because we have some massive updates on Shido with the rebrand, utilities coming out in November, and like I said, all-time high prices both on BSC and Ethereum. This one's still a money bag alert. We're going to check it out at the end of the video, but if you guys want to stay up to date, make sure you guys follow them at Shido Finance. Make sure that bell notification is lit, like that you guys will not miss any updates. Like these updates right here. Shido is entering a new era. We are now a layer 1 project launching top DeFi utilities that we'll talk about in just a bit. We are a dynamic project constantly evolving. It's time for us to rebrand our logo to better reflect the ambitions and vision of Shido. We are here to stay. I want to let you guys know right off the top, I love this rebrand. I like the idea behind it. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments on how you guys feel about the rebrand. I like it because I can still see the reminiscences of that gentleman, you know, the Shido ninja right there, those aggressive eyes, taking care of this community. And we're going to scroll down. There's some more updates for sure. We got the Shido card Visa will be available in 150 countries worldwide. Full integrations into Shido Wallet supporting both physical and virtual card. Access your crypto assets and spend them in real life. That is bullish news. Access over 42 million merchants worldwide. That is dropping alpha right there. And just to name a few more utilities that are coming out in November before we get to these price predictions and technical analysis, we also have the Shido games coming out in December. We also have the Shido Perpetual coming out in December, which is pretty epic if you ask me. That's why we do these price predictions. Of course, none of it's financial advice. We're just learning together. Considering there's going to be an exchange coming out, we're going to want to be able to do these things. The exchange comes out this November as well. The Wallet V1, the card Visa. So we're checking off these things that they said they were going to do, making sure that they say what they mean and mean what they say. That's something that's very important to me. We see the rebrand on their official website, everything across all boards. So that means they're on top of everything. Going over to these price predictions, we'll start off on the ETH side, right? And we talked about this exact market cap. I know that if you guys remember, leave some comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, new to the Shido family, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that bell notification is lit. You guys are not going to want to miss out. Of course, we talked about how Shido will break these all-time highs, not only on ETH, but also BSC. And we're going to get to dress up this chart today as well, because I think it deserves it, right? With a $7.9 million market cap, I think the BSC side has proven itself as well, just as much as the ETH side. But let's go ahead and layer these time frames. We got the daily. We got a new all-time high. Congratulations, this community. If you guys are sticking around to this part of the video, put some all-time highs, put some ninjas down there, and put Shido, hashtag Shido.finance, because we're knocking it out the park. We called this already, you know, weeks ago. We've been dropping videos. I did a live stream with Valhall, and it was just pretty epic if you ask me, the type of, you know, communication we have with the community and also the feedback that we had during that live stream. And, you know, we had some fun with it, of course, right? But let's go ahead and layer these charts, see how it's been playing out. It's pretty amazing if you ask me, because, you know, that we drew this yellow line saying that it had to pull back. Of course, they're always not going to be perfect, but we can see that support level, you know. And the reason I want you guys to always be able to identify this is because it always happens, you know. And I just want you guys to be able to notice these things and not get shooken out of your positions. You know, of course, I got to say this is not financial advice, but these things can help you in the long term when you're trying to learn how to identify these chart movements. And we can see that play out time and time again, where we start making higher lows as we start to march upwards, right? And we broke through that all-time high. Now this right here, I thought we would make a position and possibly, you know, ride up a little bit more, possibly dance in this channel a little bit longer. But we also seen the price of Ethereum start to skyrocket as well. And that's something that we always got to keep in mind, that, you know, those big cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum and whatnot, when those price actions move, they affect everything else. You know, when BNB moves, that affects anything pegged to BNB. Same goes for anything pegged to Ethereum and stuff, you know. So we once we saw that price action, that reflected, the whole markets basically got very bullish. We start making higher lows, we start marching to the side, but we have this steady climb going up, and we broke those all-time highs. Not only did we break those all-time highs, but I think it's important to realize that we broke past that psychological barrier. Okay, and it's something that I want you guys to always realize because they're hard to stay above. Remember, before we broke above, we had that all-time high, and then we came back down. It's hard to stay above those psychological barriers, but we made a support above that psychological barrier, right above that that one right here on the second red candle, if you're using the Heiken Ashi candles, and then we made another higher low. Of course, there's no actual support line right there. This is just a trend that's happening, right? We're just starting to march right up. If we had the Bollinger Bands out, I guarantee these would all these lines would be right on top. But I like to use the SAR. It just flips a lot better for me. So we got our all-time high. So what do we think is going to happen? You know, the markets are looking very good. I mean, this chart gets better and better as we start breaking these time frames down. You know, possibly we could see a channel within this section, which wouldn't be far-fetched. Maybe even right here would be healthy to hold, right? Let's go ahead and mark that up, and I'll tell you why in just a sec, and then we'll keep moving forward. Well, that psychological barrier on the price, right? Erase the zero, the dollar, $1.50, $2, moving up to the next area, okay? So we'll see if we can hold right up in here. This is very nice. We got a lot of utilities coming out moving forward. I mean, right around the corner this November, we got the wallet, the exchange, and the card from Visa. That's epic. And next month, December, is the Shido Games perpetual platform, the Shido DAO, and in 2023 is the Shido chain. So we have a lot of bullish updates that, you know, we're going to look back at this and there's going to be a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas on the side of the line. But as we layer this chart, you know, we see this motion to the right. We'll see if we can hold above that. We see that that's becoming a channel. There we go. We can see that right there. Let's go ahead and get that arrow out. And this is just how I see things, right? You guys, everybody has their own style of doing stuff. You know, this is what I like to do and be able to identify where that trend is going. Remember, trading with the trend is your friend all the time. And that is something that's pretty true. So we can see that we're making another support above that psychological barrier. If you guys can help me share this video, I'm also going to make a tweet after this video that I want you guys to raid like you guys do on Twitter. And let's help spread this word of these all-time highs. We're up 64% on the week and we're up 10% on the day. So I believe that we'll break these all-time highs and we'll keep marching up, especially that we're holding above the psychological barrier. We keep applying that pressure. That's going to look healthy. You know, as we work our way down, we can see that that's that zone that we're going to be holding on to. The 5-minute chart's about to flip. The SAR dots to the bottom, identifying that the trend is getting back bullish, meaning to me personally that we're going to go attack these all-time highs again, and I'm sure that we will tonight. So this is pretty exciting if you ask me for the Shido fam. Now let's head over to the BNB chart. You know, hashtag Shido BNB down below if you guys are still sticking with me, because this is some exciting news for the Shido family right now. So let's identify our support and resistance right away. It's just the easiest way to go about it, so we know where we're at and definitely know where we came from. You got to know where you came from to know where you're going, right? So we got to know where we had some prior resistance, where we had trouble, so we can know when these things arise again, how is it that this community is going to act towards it? How is this, you know, development, this team behind the scenes is going to make sure that this, you know, community stays active through these markets, right? There's this channel up in here, right? Okay, so this is where we're at. And then we're going to layer this chart. We're going to do this live right now. I didn't work on this one before. The other one was that we did videos. This is the daily chart, but we're going to go ahead and layer these time frames and see what we got going on and let the chart communicate with us so we can know what's going on, right? Let's get our arrows ready on this one as well, because you know that I'm going to be using them, right? So let's go to the 4-minute chart. So we see already, you know, that all-time high before that we had. Let's just place this arrow right here for now. Okay, so we see that all-time high that we had before. We're looking for that support above here, right? We had that support already happen. I want to see it in the time frames. And that's what I want to see, that we're making new supports above where, that we made a support already above where before was our all-time high. We go back on the time frames, we can see that this was our all-time high by these two double tops over here. And we'll go ahead and mark them up right here in this section and this section, right? We had two false breakouts at the top, which is normal. It's good. We're at $7.9 million market cap on the BSC side of things. This is very exciting, but it's very exciting for me to also identify that we're past this point now. Now we got new holders. We got new people that are finding out about Shido, and we made a new support above there. And now we're starting to make higher lows, and we're most likely going to follow the ETH side. You know, this is a cross-chain token. This is that same area again. You know, it's not going to be always perfect, but it's on Shido, it basically is. We'll look against holding that right there on Shido, right there above that 1500 mark. That's going to be that psychological barrier, that new support resistance, and that new support and the all-time high resistance. Let's go ahead and zoom out and make sure we got this all-time high set nice so we can see this little march right up to the all-time high, 1736. We're up 74% on the week and 1% on the 24 hours. But I believe as we layer these charts, we'll see this holding right here above this psychological barrier. As you guys help me spread these videos out, get the word out on the Twitter, load up the comments down below so we can see, YouTube algorithm push these videos out and whatnot. But we can see that we're holding right here to potentially go attack these all-time highs once again. I would like to see Shido at that 15 million, 20 million mark, especially with these type of utilities that are coming out for this DeFi space. I think that is something that's very possible. And if you guys also think so, leave some comments down below. And if you guys can't do that, continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.